How y'all doing? I'm just kind of sitting here chilling, hanging out. Wanted to hang out with you for a little bit if you don't mind. Hope y'all doing well. This is House of Prep. My name is Jerry. It's nice to have you here if this is new to you and you're kind of new to the channel. First, before we get started, wanted to give a shout out to Diana. Thank you so very much, Diana, for supporting the channel. Appreciate you for doing that. But today I want to talk about getting out of Dodge. So many times we've heard the stories, especially out west, of fires. People that testimonial say, man, we had like 5 minutes to grab our stuff and get out of the house. The fire was there. We've heard stories of hurricanes. I used to live in Florida some years back, and you hear the stories of hurricanes come in, and man, we waited to the last minute. We didn't think it was coming, and man, we had to get out now. And storms were coming, tornadoes. Found out, man, it hit right down the street, and here it was coming, and I literally had minutes to get out of the house. No matter what the scenario, no matter what the case, we prepare, right? We have our bug out bags, get home bags. We keep some ready in case we got to get out of Dodge. We grab that bug out bag. So what are some other items, some things that sometimes, we don't talk about? Look, I love talking about the bug out bag, the get home bag, all the fun things we can put in it, survival items. We grab our duct tapes and our fire starters, and we have our personal defense items, and, we bring a good knife, maybe a hatchet, some different rope and different things in bags. But we always think of all these awesome ideas, and all those things are important, and food and water and whatever you can grab. Sure, that backpack, that bag that you've got prepared, absolutely, that's ready to go. You should already have that. That would take just seconds to grab that bag. Now, but what other items would there be value of? And I'd like to hear your comments as well as outside of the box items, and maybe how you store these items to make them accessible, easy to grab, and protecting them. So let's get right into that list that I have here. And it's about 10 items, okay? Maybe give or take one or two as we start thinking about some things and brainstorming here. What about our marriage license? How easy is that to obtain again if that got destroyed in the fire or maybe a storm or something that you aren't coming back to your house as is? Having your marriage license in a packet ready to grab. Okay, now look, guys, I know what you're thinking. You're like, man, this is it. This is going to get me out of that marriage, right? No, hold on. Whoa, slow down. No, I'm not a marriage counselor again. So that just because that license burned up doesn't give you the green card, right? It doesn't break your marriage just because the license got burned. So don't get crazy on me now. No, I'm just joking around. But that is something that you would find that's a valuable certificate of something that you'd want to have and not lose that in a fire. Second, what about birth certificates? Not just yours, but if you have children, others in your family, having those birth certificates. Look, that's a hassle to go back and try to recreate that and get those reprinted, and especially if the place that you have these certificates, the whole area, maybe the whole country is dealing with some issues. You don't want to have to deal with birth certificates and tracking those back down. So those are valuable pieces of paper that you want to have protected. Social security cards, same thing. You don't want to have to deal with trying to track those down as well. So keep those together with your birth certificates, with your marriage license. Look, as we're going through these items, here in our house, we have some of those, waterproof, fire-resistant type safes with a handle. We have some different files and things. Look, we could grab those very quickly. So we had 5 minutes to get out of the house to get on the road. Those are things that we could grab in a heartbeat and that are protected and can withstand some ruggedness and some accidents per se. So again, I'm open for discussion here. Give me some ideas and pointers of things maybe you've experienced. Maybe you've had to grab those things and you're like, man, I'm so thankful that I grabbed those items because I was in that situation, Jerry. So please share those with us. What if it's a will? Yeah, you could always go back to the lawyer. You can get copies and stuff. But man, if you're in predicaments of things and you're wanting to make sure to preserve that will, that paperwork, you just stay there with all the rest of your paperwork. How about car and home insurance information. Well, it's going to come in super valuable if a fire's coming and it's going to burn your house to the ground. Man, what great, you know, little things to have is the phone numbers and the policy numbers and things that you'll need to make a claim on your home or on your vehicles, and to have all that information right there in a packet ready to go. Look, you're stressed enough. You've got enough on your plate. You're already going to be scatterbrained. We talk about having fog on the brain, right? You're already going to have some anxiety over the situation you're in. All these items and having phone numbers and policy numbers, all that stuff's going to be so valuable. And to knowing what your deductible is and knowing all this stuff ahead of time as you now start cooperating with the companies to start getting an adjuster out and things, it's going to make it so much easier on you. Bank account information, same thing. Okay, well, I keep a lot of that on my phone. Well, what happens if the phone dies, or now the phone, you don't have your phone anymore, it got broken, or maybe it got left behind, or who knows what might happen. But now, do you have all that stuff by memory? Well, some people do, but with today's technology of cell phones and things, we have a lot of that stuff, and if that goes down, we're in trouble. So making sure to have a list of your bank information with that packet and the account numbers, and it's just a good practice, to have that readily available. Passports. We go through and jump through hoops getting passports, right? And the fingerprinting and all that, the pictures. And what a great thing to have right there in that packet with your social security cards and all that. Have your passports. It's easy to pack. It's easy to conceal. It's easy to have condensed in your box, in your file. And as when you're grabbing that, to already have that on hand. You don't know if you're going to need it or not, but you surely don't want to have to go back and recreate that. So that's a nice, easy item to have right there in that little packet. List of your contacts, emergency contacts, your family. Look, I'm spoiled. My cell phone is my world. And if I lost that cell phone, look, I don't even know who I'd call. I don't know. I'm so used to hitting the buttons on everything. And with, over time, people's change numbers and things. And I don't have them memorized anymore. We're just spoiled. We don't necessarily have all these numbers memorized. So to keep a list of your most important contacts in your family and having that handy, just in case your phone were to go down in an emergency situation. Again, you're stressed enough, and man, now all of a sudden you can't. You're at a place, and someone's like, "Well, here you can use our phone. Just what's their number?" I don't know. I don't know their number. So if you have a list handy, you can say, "Hold on, let me grab my list," and run out to your car and get that list. Password information, same thing. We have our phone. Everything's pre-programmed passwords. Everything's right there in the phone, and you're in a stressful situation. So your memory is jobbled. You're stressed and you're not thinking clearly, and you're trying to remember passwords. Well, if you have them in your emergency kit, you've already got the accounts with passwords and all your major things. So if you needed to access something and trying to remember a password, look, you don't even have to try to stress yourself. You've already got it right there in your hands, ready to go. Cash. Oh man, that's huge. You're middle of the night. You got to get out now. You're grabbing everything you can. Maybe the area's in trouble. Maybe you can't use ATM machines and Visa cards are down. Maybe that's a problem. Electric's down. You don't know. Well, man, I just blew out of the house and, we need to eat. But there are a couple little places open, but they're cash only, or, what do we do? Have some of that cash in that emergency kit. In that, waterproof, fire-resistant lockbox that you've got. Keep some extra cash on hand in there. If you can afford a few hundred or something, put a few hundred in there. Whatever you feel is comfortable, but depending on the size of your family, you want to have cash on hand in an emergency situation that you could just grab and go. You don't have to think about, now let's see, now where's the money? Where's the piggy bank, kids? All right, we need some cash. Have that already in a pre-planned, just like you do your bug out bag. It's pre-planned. And you might have a little cash squirreled away in that bag, and that's great. But this is another way of protecting it in your house. If you have tons of cash in your bug out bag and you're gone and your house burns down, you just lost a lot of that cash while the firemen were trying to put that fire out. Where if it's in a fire-resistant box, you have a more chance and likelihood of that cash making it through the end of a scenario, and more waterproof and such. So again, these are just ideas and things to think about that sometimes we don't talk about having in a grab bag, getting out. So just consider these items. And if you think of some other things, I don't know, maybe a bag of double stuffed Oreo cookies, have that there. That's important. I think it is. You're grabbing it and you're eating some double stuff while you're out there stressed and, going through your documents, I guess. No, but whatever. Just come up with some ideas and things. And I'd love to, like I said, if you have some real life scenarios, some real life stories, please, jump in the comments and share those. But other than that, guys, I hope that helps just a little bit. I hope it brought some awareness. Maybe a couple things on my checklist. You might say, hey, that's a great idea. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And, if you want to help out a little bit, just hit the thumbs up. And you all have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of the week. Hope things are going well for you. And you all take care and keep prepping. Don't stop prepping and keep learning as much as you can. And that's what this is a journey. And I will talk to you guys later.